Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, let's be real for a second. Terminator 2D No Fate is cool, but if you think it's the peak of run and gun action, you're missing out big time. This genre has been pure chaos, adrenaline, and pixel-perfect madness for decades, and some games just hit harder. I'm talking insane bosses, non-stop bullets, tight controls, and that rush where your reflexes are the only thing keeping you alive. So in this video, I'm breaking down 17 must-play run-and-gun games that honestly deliver even more excitement, challenge, and replay value than T2D. Let's get started, but in the meantime, drop your reviews about Terminator 2D in the comments below.
Time for revenge. Let's attack aggressively.
Contra, Operation Galuga. Guys, the moment I booted up Contra Operation Galuga, I felt that old adrenaline rush like I was back on the NES with a modern twist. You're sprinting, sliding, and blasting through 8 explosive stages, while the iconic spread shot, laser, and homing missiles shred anything in your path. But now, you can stack upgrades and trigger insane overload abilities that make every firefight feel wild and personal. The pacing is relentless. The bosses are screen-filling chaos, and dying just makes me want to push further next run. And when my friends jump into arcade mode, all 4 of us weaving through bullets, it's pure run-and-gun catharsis that hooks you instantly. Guns of Fury. Okay, Guns of Fury isn't your typical straight down the corridor shooter. It sneaks Metroidvania exploration right into the run and gun formula. The first time I unlocked a new ability and used it to blast through a hidden path, my heart absolutely soared. You're not just spraying bullets, you're navigating an interconnected world, finding new guns, bombs, and gear while dodging relentless enemies and massive bosses. The combat feels sharp and punchy, and discovering shortcuts makes every session feel like a personal adventure. It's that perfect mix of exploration and non-stop action that keeps me hooked for hours, hunting secrets and savoring every explosive confrontation.
Mission 1, start.
Metal Slug X. Whenever I talk about run-and-gun classics, Metal Slug X always comes up because this game perfected everything that makes the genre thrilling. Running left to right, grabbing insane weapon pickups, and hopping into tanks that turn the battlefield upside down. Pure joy. Every mission feels like a riot of explosions and enemy waves that push your reflexes to the limit. And the humor woven into the chaos keeps it feeling light, even when things get intense. The pacing never lets up. I'm constantly leaping over gunfire, tossing grenades, and yelling at the screen when a boss comes out of nowhere. It's gritty, it's glorious, and it's the bar by which run and gun should be measured. Iron Meat. Playing Iron Meat hit my nostalgia hard, but in the best possible way. It's like Contra with a deliciously twisted gothic edge. You're diving through 9 brutal levels where mutated monstrosities and biomechanical horrors fling projectiles at you non-stop, and every boss fight feels like a mini battle of wills. I remember dodging bullet barrages with my heart in my throat, switching between lasers and spread shots, and cheering when a multi-phase boss finally went down. The co-op cranks that intensity even higher, turning every death into a shared rallying cry. It's unforgiving, visceral, and exactly what I want when I crave run and gun madness. Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. When I first played Vengeful Guardian Moonrider, what struck me was how stylish and slick every encounter feels. You're this cybernetic ninja with a blade and blaster, zipping across levels that blend Mega Man-style precision with a gorgeous 16-bit aesthetic. Combat isn't just about shooting. It's about timing that dash, upgrading with modifier chips, and stringing together kills with a rhythm that feels deeply satisfying. And when new weapons drop from bosses, the way you weave them into your run feels like discovering a secret combo in your favorite fighting game. It's got heart, it's got challenge, and every level feels like a handcrafted test of skill and cool. Mighty Goose. Let me tell you, when I first picked up Mighty Goose, I wasn't ready for how much personality it packs. You're this power-armored hunter flying across levels, blasting through hordes of baddies with everything from rocket launchers to Tesla coils, and every stage has its own rhythm. The dodge roll and hover mechanic make transversal as fun as the shooting itself, and feeling that mighty meter to go all out feels downright euphoric. There's a goofy charm to picking up coins, grabbing companions, and riding vehicles that hits those nostalgic buttons perfectly. Sometimes it's tough, sometimes it's goofy, but damn, it never stops being fun. Mechstermination Force. Mechstermination Force flips the usual run and gun script in the most satisfying way. 14 colossal boss battles that feel like epic duels. Instead of long stages, each fight is its own pulse-pounding challenge where I'm leaping on giant robots, shooting weak points, and scurrying to avoid massive attacks. The double jump, magnet gloves, and arsenal upgrades make you feel like you're genuinely outsmarting these mechanical behemoths. And when I finally splattered a mech's core after dozens of tries, pure elation. Co-op doubles the insanity as we coordinate attacks and scramble to survive. It's not classic corridor blasting, but it's one of the most thrilling run-and-gun experiences I've had.
Where crime rules the streets. When the citizens are in trouble, they call the authorities. When the authorities are in trouble, they call the bounty hunters.
Huntdown. The moment I fired up Huntdown, I was struck by how it blends stylish presentation with brutal run-and-gun precision. You choose one of 3 bounty hunters, each with their own weapons and quirks, and charge down futuristic gang territories where every enemy packs firepower and attitude. The levels feel like a gritty action movie, explosive, loud, and full of momentum. Picking up secondary weapons dropped by enemies and juggling axes, tomahawks, and grenades while weaving through checkpoints keeps me fully on edge. Boss fights feel earned, and every wave feels like a test of skill. It's one of those games that makes you grin through grit-tooth survival. Prison City. I'll be honest, Prison City surprised me right out of the gate with its gritty, punchy, old-school run-and-gun feel fused with a modern retro twist. You play as retired cop Hal Bruiser, chucking chuckrams and grenades through sprawling urban zones full of techno-terrorists, eating hot dogs to patch up health, and busting through environmental hazards on every screen. The controls feel tight like a classic NES action shooter, and uncovering upgrades while wrestling with unforgiving bosses made me truly feel like I'd been thrust into a 90s action flick that never lets up. Each level forces you to think fast, shoot smarter, and hang on to that last sliver of health like your life depends on it. Because it does. Cuphead. Moving into Cuphead feels like diving headfirst into a cartoon from the 30s that's on fire. Beautifully hand-drawn levels where every enemy attack looks like art, but lands like a punch to the gut. The run-and-gun segments are frantic. I'm dodging, jumping, and firing with precision through bouncing projectiles that feel almost alive. Unlike most shooters, Cuphead's gameplay blends classic platforming with rhythm. Bosses have patterns that feel like learning a dance with bullets instead of beats. Collecting coins to upgrade weapons and parrying at just the right moment has made me shout, laugh, and rage quit all in the same hour. But the thrill of mastering a brutal level never gets old. Contra, Hard Corpse. When it comes to pure, unfiltered run-and-gun chaos, Contra Hard Corpse sits up there with the gods. Running, sliding, and blasting my way through enemy waves with multiple playable characters, each with their own weapons and movement quirks, made every replay feel fresh. The pacing is breakneck. One moment you're dodging grenades in an industrial hellscape, the next you're riding a hoverbike through a gauntlet of explosions. The branching paths and varied weapon pickups mean that no two runs ever look the same, and every death feels like a lesson learned for the next over-the-top boss fight. It's old-school difficulty, but oh so rewarding when you finally conquer a stage. Gunstar Heroes. Right from the first explosion, Gunstar Heroes made me feel like I was playing the run-and-gun genre in its purest form. The moment-to-moment action is insane, mixing weapons to create wildfire patterns, sliding under fire, and grappling mini-bosses on the fly. The game feels like chaos in the best way possible. Every level twists the formula in creative ways. One minute you're on a helicopter blasting enemies, the next you're speeding down a minecart, all while frantic music drives you forward. And when you finally tag team a massive boss, every shot, dodge, and jump feels deeply earned. Blazing Chrome. If you ever wanted to live out a classic 16-bit run-and-gun dream, Blazing Chrome delivers that joy with flair. Running side by side with a friend, dodging bullets from killer robots and hopping through richly detailed stages, it scratches that Contra itch perfectly. You start with a machine gun and pick up powerful weapons like grenades or energy whips, and dodging attacks becomes second nature fast. It feels so good when you time that perfect jump and unleash a volley on a mini-boss. Every level ramps up intensity, and the occasional vehicle section keeps the pacing tight and thrilling. It's not just nostalgia, it's thoughtful, responsive combat. Alien Soldier. Alien Soldier is like someone took a classic run-and-gun, cranked the intensity to 11, then threw in epic boss battles one after another. Playing as Epsilon Eagle, I'm double jumping, hovering, and chaining weapon attacks against massive bosses that feel more like puzzles than enemies. The levels between boss fights are short, but those chaotic boss encounters are where the game shines. Each one feels like an ultimate test of reflexes and timing. There's no co-op here, just you against waves of absurdly designed foes, and when you finally beat a boss after dozens of tries, That rush of triumph hits hard. Valfaris. From the moment I dropped into Valfaris, it felt like a fusion of brutal run-and-gun action with a heavy metal concert. Visceral, loud, and addictive. You control Therion, blasting through polluted corridors and grotesque monsters with a mix of pistols, swords, and other devastating weapons. What hooked me was how the game blends traditional run-and-gun shooting with weapon upgrades you earn by pushing forward, forcing aggressive play to keep you stocked with firepower. Every enemy feels dangerous, every boss feels monumental, and every weapon has a satisfying punch. It's fast, chaotic, and thrilling, in a perfect mix of old-school grit and modern design. Steel Assault. Playing Steel Assault is like being dropped into a dystopian action anime where every step feels like a scripted fight scene. You zipline, dodge, and slide through levels while raining bullets on a dictator's forces, using a slick combo of platforming and targeted fire that keeps me constantly moving. The fluidity of movement, especially when I latch onto grappling points or dodge under incoming fire, makes every fight feel stylish and kinetic. And when I locked eyes with a boss after threading through tight enemy formations, that sense of momentum just didn't quit. It's retro at heart, but feels fresh with its agile pace and smart level design. Metal Slug 3. Metal Slug 3 is like the ultimate arcade spectacle, where every second feels like a postcard from an explosive war zone. Running, gunning, and riding in tanks through destructible stages, I was constantly juggling weapon pickups, freeing pals for bonuses, and deciding which path to take when a level forked. Each choice changed the gameplay rhythm in the best way. The beauty of Metal Slug 3 is how dynamic and varied it feels. One minute you're mowing down infantry with a heavy machine gun, the next you're facing off against a massive boss or uncovering a secret route that changes the whole mission. It's chaotic, fun, and endlessly replayable. And that's all on our run and gun adventure list. I seriously hope you found some new favorites to fire up next. If you had fun or learned something cool, make sure to drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments which game you're gonna play first. I read every comment, so let me know your wildest moments or your favorite run and gun memories. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you in the next video for more chaotic gaming goodness.